Okay, so this is a very complicated issue, and I explain it in a very complicated way. So my apologies. But overall, there is no burning out. You can burn out on things that you don't love, but you can't burn out on things that you truly enjoy. And if the goal is to make the NBA, let's say, or to make D1, and you're afraid of yourself or your kid burning out, I say don't worry about that. Because if your kid only had so many days in him, then he probably wasn't going to make that high level anyways. So, with the way that I explain it, I say if there's a well full of gold, and that well full of gold stands for how much that you have in you. And you can take out pieces of gold as much as you want, but you can't ever put the gold back in. The story has us contemplate how deep is the well. And you don't know if it's a foot tall or a mile long. But when you take the gold out, you can't ever put it back in. Well, what would you do? And I say if it's money, you should just spend whatever you need and take your time. Because you don't want to just waste the gold and just like take it all out and all of a sudden you're starving to death because you have no more gold because it was only a foot deep. But this is not life. This is a game. It doesn't matter. Especially with the stats that say that you're not going to the NBA anyways. So I say just go for it. And if you just pull out all the gold that you can and you burn out in sixth grade, you're probably going to be the best sixth grader in the entire country. All right? Just put your all into it because you do not want to be 18 years old, only taking out a little bit of gold every single day and not putting your all into something and realizing that your well was actually infinitely deep. That you had so much more in the tank to give, but now you're too old to actually give it. You don't want to get to that point where now you have regrets. So go ahead and burn out because you might have a year in you. You might have 10 hours in you. You might have 1,000 hours. I don't know. But you might have the 10,000 hours that it takes to become an expert. You might have 100,000 hours in you. And if you only spend 200, 300 hours because you were trying to take it slow, by the time that you get 18 or even 22 or 30, your body's not going to allow you to go on. Life won't allow you to go on. You're going to have kids. You're going to have a job. All right? You're not going to be able to play basketball the way that you were. So, go ahead. Spend all the money. It's not real life. It's just a game. Work your butt off. And if you happen to burn out, just switch sports or do something else that you're now passionate about. Take that knowledge that you learned about your former passion and apply it to your new passion. All right? Because basketball might disappear, but your passion never will. You'll just reapply it to something else. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about burning out. And know that the well full of gold is in you no matter what. Our energy and passion is a well full of unreturnable gold of unknown depth. If this were life, we do best to spend wisely, just in case the depths were shallow. But it's a game, so dig deep and spend every piece just in case the depths are infinite. The regret of burning out early pales in comparison to having a lot left in the tank in the end.